My name's Lucy. I go to Tipton St John Primary School in Exeter, and I'm going to show you some of the research that the pupils have been doing, and these children like to think a lot.
Do you like knowing how much time you have for a certain job?
I think it was one of the first, wasn't it? About time.
Yeah.
Time pressure.
Yeah, we were thinking about time
Because
pressure.
a lot of children are pressured.
Side.
A lot of children
Yeah.
are pressurised
No, it
by
was
time.
Imogen, because you don't like it.
A lot of people said sometimes, didn't they? So that was the main answer to that.
Yeah.
To start with, we had to work out some questions. So we thought up as many ideas as we could. We came up with about 30 odd, but we had to lower it down to 6, which we've ended up with.
What subject?
Would you like to mix? Was that your idea, Georgia?
Well, I thought that instead of doing the same old subjects every day, you could like mix 2 subjects together to make them a bit more interesting. But some people came up with ideas that were like really hard to mix together.
You can't. It can be done in a little job, but I don't think you can really mix literacy and maths.
I think you can. You can write down annotations.
No.
You can add in punctuation. But you can. It's numbers and words. Sentence, number sentences, word sentences.
Making things plural, adding on certain things. Like
Can't you do geography and RE? Because that's like,
That'd be like
finding out different religions around the world.
Yeah. Once we got the answers from the questionnaires, we had to evaluate it all, try and get one answer from each question, and then sort of try and decide which ones we need to sort out, which ones would make the biggest impact. It was quite hard to sort of find out from them what we needed to know.
I did learn a lot.
Yeah.
One of the main things I learned was I was not very good at getting information together and rounding it all off, but I always used to pick out little things and making answers for them. So I had all these answers, and I had like thousands of answers, and I was supposed to put it all into one.
Yeah.
I didn't know what a questionnaire was.
Neither did I.
Yeah. I didn't.
And I couldn't speak loudly.
You try and make a questionnaire, and you say, just think up a few questions. Quite easy. But it's very hard, because it's just so frustrating. And I think everybody here has managed to deal with frustration and has learned how to work as a team properly and work out things together and make sure that it's proper.
Well, we had sort of big questions and small questions,
Because I can remember you going on about if you could change your classroom, how would you change it? So that was a big question. And then you had all small questions, which which meant something, but didn't mean a really big thing, how to change the whole school. Well, if we were to do it again, I think we should get to the stage when we should have
Just big.
Yeah.
You could make the little questions big questions.
Yeah.
Expand those.
You
and make
can
them
add
bigger.
to them, expand them into more.
So all of them are big questions.
Do you
Use the
want-
same
Wait.
similar
Examples.
things, but expand them.
Do you like knowing how much time you will have for certain jobs? We could extend for that, saying
Which ones?
which subjects would you prefer more time
And
for?
which one would you knock out?
Yeah, which one would you knock out?
To get more
Knock out.
time.
No, the problem with that is
that all the kids would want to kick out the things they didn't like.
and all those
they
things.
they'd have to look at it from a learning point of view as well. What things do they benefit more from?
I didn't really know what a questionnaire was, and I think I've learnt how to work as a team better.
I would like to do something like this again because I really enjoyed thinking of all the questions and things like that.
Am I working with Jordan inside or Georgia?
Are you working with Jordan inside?
Right.
Put in the top part of your whiteboard any number between 9 and 99. Okay, so your first action, jump. Excellent, that was really, really good. Okay, fine.
Sort of to start with, we all thought that there wouldn't be many things they would want to change because they were all quite happy with school the way it was. But it turned out that people had many different ideas. Quite a lot of them were really, really good ideas that we could use to help people learn a lot better.
5 times 7. Okay, so isn't that just 250 minus 75? Yeah, I think it is, which would make it 175. Yeah, that's 425 already.
I think no, we've done partitioning.
We know.
What about rounding?
Rounding. What rounding to the nearest 10?
We sometimes do pairing with people that are maybe higher level than you, or in that case they're using their knowledge to help you learn. It's hard to choose which one I prefer, but I sort of like both. I like helping other people using my knowledge, but also letting other people help me.
How much?
Because it's timesing, will that work?
I think it's going to be harder, but we could try. So, just see how much.
So that would be 500.
How much will we need to take off?
75.
75. Yeah.
There we go.
But we know this may work, but it doesn't work as well. I learned about our whole school community, really. Also learned a bit more about sort of myself and what I need to improve on myself and how I should be learning to comparison to how I am now.
That's really hard.
We had loads of different ideas, and we thought, well, everybody thinks differently, so why don't we give them a chance to learn for a while what they want rather than doing it the same as everybody else.
You've got a big head, George.
Are you sure you don't just want to draw a little circle?
Yeah.
Improvise. You have to draw these. Are they round or are they pointy?
I've got a picture of a jaguar.
They're round. They're round and pointy. We're trying to find out the effect of what happens to animals when deforestation happens in the forest. So we're going to make up a drama about animals in the rainforest, what happens. And then we're going to make a poster to show the information that we've collected. We had to fill in one of these sheets to tell you what subject what you're going to do, and then what you're going to use. Yeah, and then how you're going to do it, how you're going to presentation it, and what you need. We've got quite a lot here, but we're also going to look at books. We're going to make a mask for the drama, and like the narrator's going to be reading out of the big book.
Right, people, I want you to go and have a look at what everybody's doing. I want you to look for evidence of subjects being combined. Have a really, really good look, and I want you to look at what they're doing in terms of what they're actually learning, not just what are they having fun with, but are they learning things, and if so, what?
What are you doing?
Geography.
History and geography.
History and geography.
If you were to combine two subjects, what do you think that would be?
That's probably really.
Science and what do you think? Geography, because that
Yeah.
Science and geography.
That is cool. So she's learning geography and art. Emily, what are you doing? Oh, cool. What's that? Model of the rainforest, I think.
That's really good. It's funny. That's really funny. Mr. Pompino. I noticed that in year 3 and 4 there was a lot of people doing art, but in year 5 and 6 there were more people doing PowerPoints.
A lot of people, mainly down in year 3 and 4, were using art. There was also maths as well in there, because the people that were finding out about snakes, I saw them using measurements and like centimetres, meters, and everything like that.
I want you to keep all those ideas in your mind, things you observed, things we've thought about the research team, all the work you've done so far, because I want us to think about what do we do next. More think days, how does that sound?
I think that would be a good thing.
No.
Because I've once had a think day. I was stuck on the computer the whole time, looking for endless things of which really I don't really think was much help. People can get very annoyed on think days, but people can have really loads of fun on think days.
Is that a good getting annoyed because it's good to struggle with something for a bit?
Sometimes I think you do get frustrated what you find on the internet, but sometimes the internet isn't the only resource you could use. And sometimes frustration is just sort of something that you're stuck on that you need to figure out and get over. It's another challenge.
Okay. I'm going to pencil in more think days. Sometimes
I think don't overload.
don't overload. Okay, getting that message.
It's like Christmas if you do it every day.
If you do it every day, you're just going to have presents and presents.
If you do it, children can represent children sometimes better than adults.
Okay.
We know what we want.
I think we'd mainly be staying on the same lessons, but I'm more bothered about making them more fun.
Okay, have you got some ideas for how we might do that?
Yes, a couple of children like acting.
And another thing is, we once done drama as literacy, and why can't we do that more? Well, that's sort of a thing I thought, and I thought, well, that's really good. I thought everybody enjoyed.
It wouldn't just help children's learning, as in knowledge and intelligence. It would sort of help their confidence. And
Some people that may not necessarily seem serious, if they started doing it and they got on with it, they may have some really, really good ideas and come straight out with some brilliant things.
We should have a debate sort of on how much people like art or something, how much they like literacy stuff.
Perhaps if you've got lots of people who like art, say, we could have an arts team.
Like Mrs. Cowd used to have a washing up team for all the
Oh, I'd forgotten about that.
Some people say, oh, I don't really like school that much. But if you listen to what they have to say, they might have some really good ideas which would help them learn, but also it would mean that they enjoy work and school.